Everyone wants freedom. Freedom to live on their own terms, to choose their own path, to make their own rules. But here is the truth: freedom is never free, it comes with responsibility. In today's episode of the Success and Growth Show Daily Momentum series, we are exploring the real connection between freedom and responsibility, the true price of independence. Because real independence is not just about what you can do, it is about what you are willing to own. Many people think freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. No, no deadlines, no rules, no accountability. But let us be honest: freedom without responsibilities is chaos. Imagine a society where everyone has rights but no duties. Imagine a workshop where everyone demands autonomy but nobody delivers result. Or imagine personal freedom with no financial discipline. Debit and stress would destroy independence. True freedom is not about escaping responsibility, it is about embracing it. When I started my career, I craved freedom. I wanted autonomy, control, independence. But I quickly learned that autonomy is not handed out, it is earned through responsibility. When I own my mistakes, delivered consistently, and took accountability, people trusted me more. And with trust came freedom: freedom to lead projects, freedom to innovate, freedom to make decisions. The lesson: responsibility builds credibility, credibility creates freedom. Think of freedom and responsibility as inseparable. Freedom gives you choice. Responsibility ensures those choices have meaning. Freedom allows leaderships. Responsibility ensures you care for those you lead. Freedom gives expression. Responsibility ensures your words uplift, not harm. Freedom fuels ambition. Responsibility ensures ambitions create impact, not distraction. So, the greater the freedom, the greater the responsibility. Now, why responsibility creates trust? Freedom is not granted, it is entrusted. And it is the entrusted only to those who show responsibility. When you take ownership, you earn respect. When you admit mistakes, you build integrity. When you deliver results, you gain autonomy. So, responsibility is the foundation of trust, and trust is the currency of freedom. Now, let me give you 5 ways to balance freedom and responsibility. First, own your choice. Stop blaming others. Freedom begins with ownership. Second, set boundaries. Independence does not mean saying yes to everything. Boundaries protect your freedom. Third, keep commitments. Deliver what you promise. Reliability earns credibility. Fourth, embrace accountability. Ask for feedback, admit mistakes, learn and grow. And the fifth, use freedom for impact. Real independence is not selfish, it is for using your freedom to create value for others. The more responsibility you take, the more freedom you will gain. Let me share you my personal story. A responsible leader. I once worked with a leader who had immense autonomy. What impressed me was not his freedom, it was his responsibility. He owned failures, gave credit to his team, and always kept his commitment because he carried responsibility. People trusted him, and because of that trust, he enjoyed true independence as a leader. That is the secret. Responsibility expands freedom. Let me ask you, where in your life are you craving freedom without taking full responsibility? What responsibility must you embrace today to unlock greater independence tomorrow? How can you use your freedom to create impact, not just comfort? Reflect on these questions because they will reveal your next step toward future freedom. The five key takeaways. Freedom without responsibility as an illusion. Second, freedom and responsibility are inseparable. One cannot exist without other. Third, the greater the freedom, the greater the responsibility. Four, responsibility builds trust and trust creates independence. And the fifth, real freedom is earned, not demanded. So, my dear friend, here is the truth. Freedom is never free. It is paid for with responsibility. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Freedom and Growth and Responsibility, the true price of independence. Listen to the podcast for a more insight. Read the detailed blog post on this topic. Watch more YouTube masterclasses for leadership and growth. And join my WhatsApp and Telegram channel for the daily inspiration. The links are in the bio. Remember, independence is not about escaping responsibility, it is about embracing it. Thank you.